So welcome to another Happy Lunch video, and you're joining me on a very, very hot day today. I'm out in the park, decided to film, and let's get started. My relationship with Instagram has been quite a long one. I had it around the time it came out, around 2012 is when I got it. I've been using it from that point pretty much every day on and off for about 8 years or so. Sounds like I'm talking about a drug here. In the last few years, I have gone on and off it for a little bit. I have deleted the actual app and then not gone on it to stop me from abusing it and being addicted to it. And obviously with the compulsion that I had to it, I would go on my phone and find myself naturally scrolling to Instagram and going onto the app, when really and truly I was only doing it because I was bored. For the first time since I've had Instagram, I've actually deactivated my account, and that was about 4 months ago. And here's how I feel about it, my experience, the pros and cons. Should you do it? Should you try it? Is it worth deleting? Does it affect you the way it affected me? Let's find out. So the first con of not using Instagram for 4 months is FOMO, fear of missing out. So as you do, when you see other people doing things, going out, and you have loads of them every day with all these hundreds of people you follow, you do naturally feel like you're missing out on something, especially knowing that all that is going on and you can't see it. I know, of course, Instagram isn't representative of reality, but when you are on Instagram, you do have that feeling of being connected. And being off Instagram, I do feel quite disconnected from that digital world, which in this day and age is quite a big world to be missing out on. I still have Facebook and stuff, so I'm connected to quite a lot of people, but I feel like most people that are active are more active on Instagram. Thing is though, with the whole FOMO thing, I don't actually feel like I'm missing out on any fun. I just feel like I'm missing out on what people are doing. But then I have actually taken that into consideration and thought within myself, and questioned that within myself and thought, why do I actually care? Most people on Instagram that I follow, I don't really talk to on a daily basis, and I will get to that in a bit. But they are people that I really shouldn't be caring about what they're doing, because I actually don't. But having Instagram has given me that compulsion to care, because again, when you give a like, when you leave a comment, you're investing something in that person. However small, you're still investing, so you still have a level of caring involved in it. With more time off Instagram, I'm slowly feeling less and less FOMO. I don't really care anymore about what other people are doing. So next one is actually quite a big one, and this one is essentially feeling like my friendship circle is quite small. When you're on Instagram, you feel like all these people are your friends. You know, they're liking your comment, they're liking your pictures, you're liking their pictures, they're commenting, you're commenting, you're sending DMs, things like that. So in your head, you've got loads of friends, you feel very connected, you feel very involved with a lot of people. Now that I haven't had it for 4 months, the only people that I've spoken to are the people that I would have spoken to anyway. Because I don't have Instagram, I only talk to the people that I would have spoken to and actually seen and actually do care about. So that's a bit of a 50-50 on that one. I don't like how it feels to not be as connected and feel like I have loads of friends when a lot of them I won't see anyway. And in my head there's like an illusion of friendships, and I have loads of friends and I'm connected, all the people I've met over the years, but in reality I'm quite alone, and not in a sad way where I feel lonely or I feel upset. I'm a lot more alone than I thought I was, and I thought I was pretty I think of myself as someone that's quite social. I do get involved with a lot of things, but being off Instagram has really shown me that. And I don't forget as well, I don't actually arrange a lot of link ups on Instagram. I don't ask people to meet on Instagram. That's not been the case. It's not been the case where I couldn't message the person because they were on Instagram, because I would just message them on Facebook, or if they were close to me enough, I'd probably have their number. So the feeling that my friendship circle is quite small, I did know that anyway, but being off Instagram has really reinforced that, and that's probably been the most difficult thing to deal with, knowing that I don't have as many friends, like proper friends, as I thought I did. But I guess that's part of it, and I suppose as you grow up, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing in the long term, because in the long term, I feel like everything falls into place, and those that will be your friends, whether Instagram is around or not. And I'm still happy, I'm still meeting friends that I would actually do care about and want to spend time with, so not having Instagram, I feel like, gives me the illusion of loads of friendships, but now that I don't have it, the illusion is gone, and I see things for what they really are. This one is another interesting one. So the third one is a very awkward feeling of discomfort. I used to use Instagram quite a lot. It's probably the reason why I deleted it, because I was quite addicted to it. And now that I don't have that instant compulsion on my finger to go to whenever I have a free second, whether I'm on the toilet, whether I'm waiting in a queue, whether I'm on the bus or walking somewhere, you know those moments when you have a few idle moments where you can't do a lot but you can do just enough to like Instagram basically, right? And because I didn't have that and don't have that, I'm just left with awkwardly thinking about my thoughts, and it's kind of a nice thing because when I do have anxieties, which I do suffer from now and then, I can really feel the anxiety and deal with it and not really mask it with going on Instagram and distracting and entering this digital world. I do like it now. Before, it wasn't a very nice feeling. It was quite uncomfortable not having that instant, pleasure escape to be going and liking people's stuff. And whenever I felt bad, I get the dopamine hit from getting likes on my photos, and it is still nice to get likes. I don't have anything against likes and things like that. All I do have is, I feel like the dopamine likes that you're getting aren't necessarily true. It's not necessarily true pleasure. I feel like it's sort of a dopamine thing where, if you do more things that require more work, the reward is more worth it in the long run. Just uploading the photo and getting that hit of dopamine likes is, I'm victim to it. I really did enjoy getting likes. Now I really don't care for it. I feel like if I was to go back on it, I still wouldn't care because I've sort of seen things for what they are a bit better. Now the last one is a bit of a sad one, and that's not being able to see friends' photos. I do like seeing my actual close friends that I do hang out with. I like seeing what they post, like seeing what they edit, I like seeing what my girlfriend puts up. She's quite arty, so I like seeing how she's edited her photos and things like that. So as a remedy, I do just message her and say, yo, Kez, could you please just send me a few photos of what you posted? I like having a look. Things like that. Even with my close mates, it's okay. It's a small thing that I miss, but not nothing major, basically. So now on to the pros of not using Instagram for 4 months. My personal experiences and what I feel like were benefits to not using the app. And the first one is I'm not feeding a fake persona. So when you use Instagram, I feel like the person you are online isn't the same person you are in real life. This isn't rocket science. This isn't a novel idea. It's quite obvious. But actually getting away from Instagram has showed me that this fake persona I had was taking a lot of my energy. I would be in situations where, okay, I've gone out today. Is there something I can take a photo of and put a cheeky caption or edit it in a certain way to make my online persona to seem stronger. I was feeding that fake persona for quite a while. It's different with Facebook. I feel like Facebook's a better representation of me because I don't try to change anything in a certain way. I mean, maybe subconsciously I say certain things differently, but I'm not actively trying to make myself feel different on Facebook. But on Instagram, I was definitely someone completely different, and not being on it and not having to feed this fake persona was really just a waste of energy, to be honest. And I know, I'm not saying everyone does it. There are people that just have business accounts, people that just post their artwork, and I have no real thing about that. I didn't do that. But I know a lot of people probably feel the same way when it comes to Instagram and having this fake persona and having to feed it with constant... Well, I don't know what they're feeding it with, to be honest, because it's not real. So I guess it's just attention. People love attention. That's fine. I understand. But for me, I feel like not being on it, not doing that is a positive thing for me. Now, the second one is probably the biggest one of all, one of the biggest reasons why I got rid of it in the first place, and that is not comparing myself to other people. On Instagram, it's riddled and abundant with comparisons, right? You got likes on photos, you got comments, you got people going on holiday, living their best life, people happy, people in their relationships, people showing the highlight reel of their lives, which is obviously not a representation. You have a shitty day and you go on Instagram and see someone's traveling the world, they've got a new job, whatever, and it's not really a jealousy thing. It's more of like, okay, like comparing it to me, what have I done? What am I doing with my day? I'm just sitting down, I'm just doing bits and bobs. I'm not really living like that, and we're the same age. Like, it does cause a lot of anxiety and stress where it just didn't need to be there. And I can only imagine for women, but a similar thing. I don't necessarily have like a body insecurity. While seeing another guy's body, I'm like, oh, if anything, if I see a really ripped guy, I'll be like, wow, man, he must have put in a lot of effort. But hopefully I'll get there one day if I try hard enough. But with women, you have a lot of comparison with their bodies, and it can cause a lot of body problems with females. wanting to have a certain body type when, you know, a lot of women are just beautiful the way they are. So yeah, comparison, not really my thing. As I said in a previous video a while ago, comparison is the thief of joy. That is an Eleanor Roosevelt quote. That is not my quote, so please do not hate. And the third one is another very obvious one, is having more free time. So this one kind of links in with my idea, what I said about the discomfort and having that weird extra time which you didn't have before. And how have I been spending it? I don't know, because it's been funny, because during this time I've had a lot of free time anyway because of the lockdown, so I don't feel like it's a good time to talk about it now, because, you know, right now I've had more free time and most people have more free time than we've ever had. So not using Instagram has only just added to that massive mesh of free time. So I don't know, lockdown's easing and I'm still not really using it. I just know for a fact it gives you more free time. I can't really give you any examples of how I've acted differently. I haven't really changed the world, tried to get a Nobel Peace Prize because I deleted Instagram. Just fact of the matter is, you have more time. The fourth one is less brain fog. So I do experience quite a lot of brain fog, especially when I spend a lot of time on my phone. And for those of you that don't know, brain fog is that very muffled sensation that you get where you don't feel fully present, you don't feel fully awake, but you are obviously awake. You kind of sleepwalk through life and you have that sort of zombie-like presence. You don't have the energy, the life force, the presence, the power that you would have if you didn't have the brain fog. You know, you can think a lot more sharply, you're a lot more focused and generally just a lot more happy about life. And I did get that quite a lot when well, to be honest, I got that quite a lot if I did anything really digital, like playing games for too long, but I guess with the video games, it'd be in short bursts where it'd be like, okay, back to reality. Whereas with Instagram, I'd probably wake up in the morning before I go to bed constantly, so I'd zombify myself after I've woken up and I'd re-zombify myself before I go to bed. Give me not a very good sleep, not a very good deep sleep. And at the end of the day, you don't really want to fill your mind with those sort of things and those sort of comparisons of other people before you go to bed. Ideally, you'd want to think about your goals and your life and how you're feeling and just generally just reflect at the end of the day. It's nice to preach, I don't do that every night, but that's if I was to get my perfect night in a nutshell, that would be it, where I just like, you know, wind down, turn off devices, all that zen and all that stuff. I'd love to do it, but, you know, I'm only human too. But I will be aiming for it and I will be doing it hopefully soon. Well, in the video maybe, I don't know. So the fifth one is more time spent on relationships that actually matter. On Instagram there are a lot of relationships, but some parasocial, i.e. following celebrities and things like that, but other relationships where the relationship has sort of boiled down to, you know, you used to know them, you used to speak to them and speak to them on a regular basis, and then maybe they moved or you don't talk as much these days, but you still maintain a very shallow relationship over Instagram. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. I think that's completely fine. It's just the fact that a lot of energy I spend now a lot more energy on people that I actually do talk to and spend more time with them and really listen to their lives and really get in their heads a bit more, because I have a lot more energy to spare, social energy. On Instagram, because you're seeing so many people, it's that general rule, isn't it? The more quantity there is, the quality goes down. It's like in business, production, anything. So because my energy is a lot more finite and it's a lot more focused on certain people and not on all these internet people that I may or may not have known at one point, I can really spend more time and cherish and develop the relationships that I have, be it with my family. Lockdown's helped a lot with that, and, you know, opposite in some cases with my friends and with my girlfriend as well. Now the last one is living in the moment. So without Instagram, I do find that I've been able to live in the moment a lot better. Reason being, my mindset when I had Instagram was not to enjoy the food that I'm eating or the place that I'm going to or the person or people I'm spending time with. It's when can I get the great photo, right? You know, when you're with a group of friends and you have that at the back of your mind, right, it's time to get a photo for my Instagram just to post it, when ultimately it doesn't give you anything, but what it does do is rob you of the moment. And because I haven't been doing that, I've had to really zone in on the moment and remember it. Because obviously taking photos is fine, I always take photos, right? I just don't have to share them. But when you don't share them, you're not mentally putting them out there for scrutiny. Obviously people don't really give you hate comments these days on photos, but in your mind you are putting it there to the world to, Joe, judge me, what do you think? Give me likes, give me comments. But when you don't do that, you just take it for what it is and you make your own memories. You don't base the memories on the likes and whatever came from the photo on the online space. I think that's incredibly valuable. I don't necessarily think that, I do think there's a balance, but I didn't have that balance where on my main Instagram, I'd be fine, you know, whatever, but because I had my second Instagram where I'd pretty much make anything, and that's probably another character that I created, so that's 2 characters that I had to maintain, 2 personas. Without that, it's just cutting the BS, I suppose. Do I recommend that you deactivate Instagram? Yeah, I do. Not, you know, the exception to the rule would be, you know, if you have an art page or portfolio or business where your actual person is less involved in the actual page itself, where it's a lot more it's a lot less personal. I think that's completely fine. But if you use it the same way I've used it, maybe not delete it forever. I still haven't deleted it forever. It might take a while for me to do that. But I do recommend deactivating it for a little bit and really giving yourself a break and giving you that time to work out what is important in your life, and without the filter of Instagram as an illusion to sort of mask what's really going on, your real feelings, your real friends and things like that. Will I get it back in the future? I wouldn't say no. I'll get it back maybe when I feel the time is right. Right now my life's in that weird unstable phase where I'm still waiting to start working again, still gonna move out. We're still waiting to move out, so there's a lot of things. So once that's all in check and I've kind of got a stable lifestyle once again, I might pop on it for a bit, or I might even make a new one with less people. I just feel like I don't need it. I mean, most thing that surprised me is that I actually don't really miss it at all. Like, at all. When I deleted it, like the app, I'd go back and forth from it, I'd always miss it. But from the second I deactivated it, I rarely thought about it. So, take of that what you will, as you will. So, have a nice day, guys. Try and think about what I've said. Maybe you can apply it in your own life. Maybe talk to others about it if they've been talking about it. Maybe tell them about this video. Maybe it will help them. This is not self-promotion. It kind of is, but, you know, I'm a small channel. Who cares? But that said, take care, guys, and have an excellent summer and enjoy what's left of it. Bye.